There it is. Sound
it
of
is.
thunder. The sound of thunder. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome
I
back.
was expecting the rhymes to get.
No, hold
you know,
on. All right,
welcome
guys.
back to the sound of thunder. Get ready to be torn asunder. You know, I thought you were gonna go in.
No. Bring it in, but not too close. Bring it in the social distancing level.
Wait,
All
so
right.
okay, I'm talking to you from 6 feet away from my mic, so you don't get corona.
All right, please come closer. I don't want to edit that.
All right.
All right, see, it's fine because we're a distance. But welcome back to the pan with Bobby and Dan. It's another week, another great episode from your two favorite young boys trying to make it in the world. Me, I'm going for a role on Broadway. You know me, a very good method actor. You know me from my other works in The Phantom of the Opera.
You were the guy in Hannibal, right?
Yeah, I ate people, but that's like a charge I don't want to talk about. But that's, I mean, my role, yeah. But you know, it's just bring it in, Bobby. You here?
Am I here?
Yeah, it's like a huddle right now.
Well, I mean, like, a part of me is definitely here. Part of me is somewhere else out in the world right now.
Okay.
Trying to figure out what's going on, you know? Got my feelers out there, trying to decide if I should be panicking yet or not. I don't think I should be, but who knows?
I think it's better safe than sorry. But yes, this is a podcast that you listen to.
Panicking now.
Yes, start panicking. It's a podcast you're listening to with your ears on some audio platform, many that you can choose from. And on those audio platforms, do not forget to rate us 5 stars and leave us a review so I can read them and boost my ego. That's
Or
the only reason
destroy
I
his
care.
ego.
Destroy my ego. Whatever you feel the need to do, I will bounce back and I will
All right.
recover because that's who I am.
Direct all compliments for the show at Dan and all negative reviews at me.
Yes, because Lord knows I can't handle them.
See,
Bobby
I will
can.
it'll fuel my anger, and that anger will be then used for something productive.
This is true. I was going to say you're an angry man, but that is not what I wanted to say.
I mean, it's some rights.
Yeah, dude, you're just always mad. Every time I talk to you, you're just screaming.
I feel like I'm like the equivalent of the stereotype of a New York Jew.
Okay.
And I mean that because like every like TV portrayal of a New York Jew is just they're angry all the fucking time and they complain about everything and they always have an opinion on everything. That's just me.
I think it's just New Yorkers.
Okay, Papa da Boopy, hold the fucking phone there, Dan. We're walking here.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. I tried to pull out
Where am I?
I don't know. You're in the Twilight Zone?
It feels
You're not wrong though.
It kind of does feel like we're in the Twilight Zone.
Dude, it does. I freaking spring break's over, but I'm still home in my sweatpants at 2:24 on a Tuesday.
Give it up for day 15.
I know. I feel okay. I actually get to leave my house during this time though.
Yeah.
So I can I can talk about that for a little bit.
Sure.
So
I'm not
guys,
stopping you.
we are kind of going to a very unsure start right now. So California, as of right now, has done shelter in place, and so have other places. And what that is essentially a statewide lockdown where your normal civilians can't really travel. You're supposed to stay in place. I know in some places you're not supposed to have meetings of more than 5 people. In Germany, you're not supposed to have social gatherings of more than 2 people. So that's the current state we're in. And our state, Connecticut, we're part of the tri-state area, which is of like, you know, in like New York, Connecticut, like we're part of a few tri-state areas, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah.
Anywho, we are on the cusp of essentially getting put in a lockdown state. And funny enough, given the fact that I work at an essential gas station close to a hospital that will most likely remain open even if the state does go into lockdown, I have now been given this sheet of paper notarizing me as an essential employee, so I can't get stopped by the police if I'm out after the lockdown starts.
Interesting.
Yeah, it gave me, I'm not gonna lie, it gave me a power trip thinking about of all the evil things I could do with this piece of paper.
What do you got on your mind? What's top of the list right now?
Well, to be honest, you can't really do anything, so it doesn't really matter. It wouldn't really matter. I guess I could just be like, oh, I'm going to a friend's house anyways, even though it's on lockdown. But, like, the thing is, like, if I'm, like, say, all the way out in, like, let's just say 40 minutes away from my house, and my house is, like, 30 seconds away from my job or so, they're going to look at that paper and be like, hey, bud, you're pretty far away from your residence and your job. And I'd be like, well, officer, I'm still on my way to work. I just took a really long stop to go get some gas in a couple towns over.
No, yeah, you're just kind of like, officer, I don't know who I am. I don't know where I am. I'm not from this year. And then you're just like, I'm from the future. And then he gets really confused.
Actually, I am from the future, and I'm here to tell you that, well, actually, if I was from the future, that means coronavirus doesn't get too bad and we don't all get eradicated. So, like,
That's true. One thing I saw today that is very interesting is that Liberty College was just like, hey, we don't care. Come back home.
see, like, that's that, like, massive evangelical, like, Catholic or Christian church, right?
I mean, it's a college.
It's like the one in Virginia, right? Or, I mean, sorry,
Yeah.
like, it's the religious school, like one of the largest that we have, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Liberty College is one of the largest religious universities in the world.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to why they think that. I don't.
I mean, okay, I don't want to sound fucked, but these seem like the type of people that are probably like, yes, coronavirus is God's way of getting back at these people for letting the gays congregate or some shit. Like, they probably believe some crazy shit like that.
Are they the same people? Christianity and crystals, that they don't go hand in hand, right?
I'm sorry?
Like, you know how people are like, oh, use this essential oil and crystals to cure your cancer. They're not the same people, right?
No.
Okay, I just wanted to check.
These are like the pray away your cancer type of thing. At least I think so.
Which works for somebody, maybe. Not me, I can tell you that. No, I think it's hilarious. I think it's a great idea to bring in 5,000 students from all different walks of life who have been in contact with numerous different people to bring them all into one area. Doesn't it sound good?
It sounds great. And I mean, with their faith, they will be protected from the virus.
This is very true. Well, it was like, remember there was the videos of people spring breaking in Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like a headline that came out a couple days ago that was, spring breakers attract corona. It was just like every comment below it was just kind of like, oh wow,
who
really?
Gushed? Wow.
How did that happen?
They got corona?
That's insane. Crazy, dude. Could you imagine?
Crazy.
Dude, I love it. I love that, like, that's all the world is right now. And then the Olympics just got postponed, which, I'm going to be honest.
Thank God.
Who cares?
I care. I always enjoy the Olympics.
But do you, like, passionately watch the Olympics, or are you just kind of like, oh, cool, volleyball?
I'm telling you, I could get to that point. Like, I feel like the world needs to start taking the Olympics seriously again.
I think it's probably just us. I mean, it's like a global thing, so it is definitely taken serious by some people, but
no, not even that much. Like, viewership for the Olympics hasn't actually been doing that good right now. Unfortunately.
I mean, I guess it's every 4 years, and some people, I don't know, don't think about it.
Well, okay. Hear me out, though. So, like, the reason why I think the Olympics needs to be taken more seriously is, like, I feel like if we all had this compassionate, competitive spirit in sports that we want our country to win, and I don't know, I feel like that the world needs that type of competition with each other, rather than freaking every other thing we got going on with inter-country relationships.
I mean, to be fair, that's how the World Cup is usually. Like, since soccer's so, like, popular in Europe and places like that, they get really into it.
See, I love that. It's just I particularly don't enjoy watching soccer.
That's fair. And the U.S. kind of sucks at it, so we never really ever make it past, like, out of groups, I guess. Or even to it.
Well, the women's U.S. soccer team, didn't they win last year?
Yeah, I mean, U.S. women's soccer is different. They're always good. But men's not so much.
Actually, speaking of sports...
Ready?
I was talking to someone at my job, and they were like, I don't even really like watching the NBA at this point. I feel like they don't, because they were trying to make the case that NBA players don't try as hard as college players.
I mean, that's reasonable.
Do you agree with that?
No, it's definitely like everybody knows that like during the regular season, like you play to win, but you're not going 100% because I guess 82 games would take a lot of toll on your body. You kind of got to save yourself for playoffs.
True.
Like when it comes to the final stretch of the season, like they're starting to do their thing again. But like first half of the season, obviously you play to win, get off to a good start, and then the middle of the season is kind of like a lull state where you're just kind of just coasting by, winning games, losing games, yada yada. But college is like you're playing for a chance to make a career out of it. So,
and that's exactly what we were saying. So I'm glad you agree.
Yeah, and I think. Well, how do you feel about do you think college players should be paid?
Okay. Here's the thing. I think they should be paid a relative amount. I don't think they should be paid anywhere near as much as professional athletes do.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they should be paid enough to supplement a decent portion of their income. Like, if they're managing to go to school and playing, like, would you consider college sports like semi-professional pretty much? Like, you're televised.
I mean, I guess it's the step below pro if you don't count like G League or AAA or whatever.
All right. So with that being said, like, I feel like since they are dedicated to the sport, or at least they should be if they're playing college, almost as much as a professional or more, then they should be getting paid. But I don't want it to be like they shouldn't be getting paid enough to where like they can see themselves dropping out of college because they've made enough.
That's fair, yeah.
And I feel like that's a reason why college athletes aren't actually paid yet, is because like the thing is, how much, like, when you think about it, how much do you pay an athlete? The only metric we have to go off of is what we pay professional athletes, and obviously their contracts are hysterically blown out of proportion.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. I'll save that question, but yeah, I don't know. I always find it interesting because, like, obviously, yeah, because their name and their, I guess, quote unquote, brand is just kind of being used. Like, I think the whole NCAA system is fucked in terms of for players. Like, it's definitely very money hungry, and I get that. Yeah. But it's also... Oh, sorry.
Go for it, man.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just going to say, yeah, I don't think they should have, like, be making $100K a year to play,
no.
and shit like that. Like, I think they should make enough
cool
to
40.
maybe...
Cool 30, maybe.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I think enough to pay off your tuition would be good, but then you gotta think, like, a lot of the athletes that are on the level of, like, able to make it big, they normally just do one and done. They go to college for 1 year, and then they just go straight to the NBA or draft.
I mean, fair, I guess. I don't know, like, I don't think it should be nothing, but I don't think it needs to be that much. That's, like, the only thing I can say.
Well, that's like, do you think how professional athletes get paid is, like, a reasonable thing?
See, it's a yes and a no thing, because like people always make the case, like, when they say that sports players are overpaid, they always just compare it to what other professions make.
Yeah,
but they don't realize, like, that these players are essentially I don't want to say they're in a lottery or like they're more like in an auction setting, really. Like, they're as valuable. They're like. Their contracts are so expensive because the skill of everyone else there is so much that, okay, so my theory of how they got so expensive is they started off, all players pretty much started off at the same value, and then as, you know, these skilled players came out, they're like, oh, they need to get paid more. But the thing is, like, that just kept ramping up and up, I think.
Yeah.
And because of that, like, now we're in this weird setting of, like, yeah, they're making, like, how much would you, like, what's a basketball player making a season or a year? Like,
I mean, I'd say the minimum
like 10
is
to 15
mil.
Yeah,
not for each player. It's not that high. It's definitely, like, it's low millions, high six figures.
Really? Because doesn't that, I think the average hockey player makes $2 million. So, like, I was just basing it off of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I don't know the math entirely. I know like if you want the huge contracts, you play baseball because there's no cap or anything.
True.
Like there's for like NFL, NBA. Actually, I don't know if it's NFL, but I know for NBA there is a cap for what you can pay players. Because if not, it would just be what baseball is, which is we have $400 million contracts for one person.
True. The average NBA player salary is apparently 7.7 million for the season.
Okay.
So like that is a lot of money for someone that plays sports, right?
Yeah.
But when you think about it, like that one person's getting paid that much because their skill is just that much higher than everybody else that's trying to get into that league.
Yeah.
However, then you have to think, like, is their skills actually worth 7.7 million though?
I mean,
And that's where the question is, because like
Yeah.
in reality, they're really good at a recreational sport. In terms of practicality, they don't really offer much, but that's just because we see what they're doing not really as their, well, okay, obviously it's their career, right?
yeah.
But it's just that career is so wildly different from everybody else. It's like when you think about like YouTube, like people that do YouTube or Twitch, like they're making millions, and yeah, that's their career, and yeah, that's their job. But like it's so wildly different than everything else. Like you can't help but think about it in a different way.
Yeah. I mean, I think in terms of like becoming a professional athlete, I feel like it's kind of justified because you got to think a lot of the people, well, pretty much all the people that make it to the NBA have been playing since they were kids, and they've taken it like extremely seriously as a kid.
Well, and that's exactly why like it's hard to make the case, because you're right. They've dedicated large portions of their life. They've dedicated so much time into their body for this one thing.
Yeah. It's just I don't like the whole it's sad to see when like professional athletes, like if their body can't hold up or shit like that, like at a younger age, like
Yeah.
because I don't know, then they just miss so much. And it's when you put so much effort into it and have, say, like you tear an ACL happen, you lose so much. But it's, I don't know, I think it's, they make a lot of money from like obviously the sponsors that come into the NBA because of how big it is, and they want to promote their shit, and then that money's got to go somewhere. As if like it shouldn't go to the players, but like I don't know. It's just a weird world. It's like a weird way to think about it. I hate the comparison of like you compare a professional athlete to a doctor because it's like
Yeah, it's dumb.
you can't.
I mean, like, one's paid because they save people. One's paid because they entertain people.
Yeah.
On paper, obviously, one's going to sound like it should be a more high-paid job, but
And
like,
it's not like they don't get paid a lot as it is.
yeah,
To be fair.
and I mean, like, our whole world now revolves around entertainment. Like, that's the era that we're in. We're in the entertainment era. We have
Yeah.
been since like the fucking 1920s.
Well,
Like,
the 1920s they were in the Depression era, but
Yeah, well, no.
it-
I'm talking about like the Roaring '20s, where they were like, yes, radio and
Yeah.
recreational dancing and stuff like that.
to be fair, we're kind of rolling back to the Depression era. It feels. It's been a big sad world, to be honest.
Can I talk about something that I'm actually depressed about currently?
Sure.
So, as we've been talking, I've been applying lotion to my new tattoo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just fucking dropped it on my sweatpants, man.
Oh.
This lotion stayed. This lotion stayed, Dad.
It's annoying. What did you get, by the way? Tell the people.
Oh, okay. Oh, God, it's hard to describe. It's basically like a dragon chilling, kind of curled up like. And then I got this little mage guy that's like pointing at him like, hey, yo, what the hell you doing? I don't really have the language ability to describe this now that I think about it.
You said it was like a dragon?
It's a dragon. It's like a cave setting. So picture like an adventurer kind of like walking into a cave and stumbling upon a dragon just chilling.
Okay.
That's
like
the
it.
kind of feel that we were going for.
That's cool.
I'll
you
have
said
to
you
show
and
you a picture.
I would appreciate that.
It's pretty
You
big
said,
too, actually. A lot bigger than I thought it would be.
you got it on your forearm, right?
Not really my forearm. It's more like the side of my forearm. You know, like where you're, like when you cross your arms, you know that part that sticks out?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that line. I don't know what you would call that.
It's still your forearm.
Alright, so yeah.
Yeah, forearm isn't just like the inside, but like yeah, when it comes to tattoos, that's what most people refer to it as, I guess. I don't know.
My lower arm. My outer lower arm.
Yeah, can I get this on my lower outer arm? And he's like,
Where's your what?
you have an inner arm? You're like, well, yeah.
You don't...
That's cool.
Yeah. It's...
How you feeling about the face tat? You warming up to it yet?
I'm actually... I actually already got one, Dan.
Oh, did you?
No, but I wish I did.
Do you actually?
I would get a neck tattoo.
Would you do throat? I know personally, I could never. I could never get a throat tattoo.
It'd be more like the back of my neck to like it'd be like the back to like the back side of my neck more than anything.
I could definitely do that. Like I think I want to eventually, but God, because I have a friend, or my sister's friend. She was going to get a throat piece, and she had it all lined out, and she did the line work for it, but she literally could not get it shaded because she will not do the pain that it brought her again. Like that shit is so bad. Apparently.
Jesus. Is it? Oh, well, okay. I imagine. Yeah, the neck feels like a very tender area. Now I think about it.
Yeah. I mean, also picture like you getting it on like your Adam's apple. It's just less than desirable, personally.
Yeah, I can't really see the appeal of that, but people do it.
True. I mean, it's like, I guess, when you're getting a sleeve, there's definitely parts where you don't like to get it done, like your elbow. That's not fun.
You know, that I feel like anything that's just on the bone is pretty annoying.
Yeah, that's just the one that comes to mind. I know, like, when I got mine done, when I came up to like my shoulder, there was like one part on my shoulder that felt terrible. Like I felt like I was dying for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. It'd be like that, really.
No, I really do be being like that. When's the next time you go back?
Unbearable pain, though.
What's up?
It's not unbearable pain getting tattoos, though. I mean, it only hurts as much. Like it only hurts as long as the needle's there.
I would say get your elbow. That was unbearable. That was genuinely unbearable.
See, I don't want to be like, yeah, but that's you. But like that's the thing. Like I feel like it's still not an unbearable pain because only lasts as long as the needle's there for.
I mean, obviously, but I'm still saying that shit hurts a lot. Also, for anybody out there, if anybody says to you, no, getting a tattoo is like fine, I actually kind of enjoy it, don't listen to those people.
I find that I don't think it's bad at all. I fell asleep during this tattoo.
Yeah, that's fine, but you can't tell me it's not like annoying or irritating in some places. Like people that
it definitely is. It's not like you're not going through it and you're like, oh, I felt nothing, unless it's in like a very fatty, tissuey area. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Even then,
like,
you feel it.
Yeah, like people will say like, oh, I didn't even feel it, or like, oh, it was nothing to me. It's like people like that, you're liars, because it does. It's annoying. It's not painful. I won't say it's painful, but it's definitely like some places are going to be really fucking annoying.
See, like I would say the one that I got on my wrist, like I would say like that one is like nothing because like it was the equivalent of dragging a toothpick across a sunburn in terms of like uncomfortableness. Like it was uncomfortable, but if I just like put my mind to something else, I literally didn't think about it. So like I would consider that like it was nothing to me.
I know, and I understand that. I'm saying like in terms of they don't think it's uncomfortable at all or anything like that. That's what I mean. I'm not saying the extreme.
People definitely try and gas themselves up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, getting a tattoo is nothing." It's not nothing. It never is nothing. It's still a needle carving ink into your flesh.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know why that shit always bothers me.
I vibe with that actually. Like I didn't really think about it from your way until I started talking it out. Like you're right. That it is a very obnoxious thing as someone that now has tattoos to hear.
Yeah. I mean, like, definitely before I didn't think about it, but, like, obviously, now that I have some, it's a bit different.
I got 5 now.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know what you'd count this. I would almost count it as a couple different pieces, but like, I'm gonna count it as one because I got it at one time.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm at 4. I'm very lopsided. I got 3 on one arm now and 1 on one.
Is your one the one that's on the shoulder, or?
No, the one's the cherry blossoms.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, it's a bigger piece at least, so it balances out.
Yeah, I feel you. See, I don't know how to classify mine. I always say like I have 2, because one is just a continued piece, but that continued piece goes from my my shoulder to almost my wrist.
See, I would just call that a sleeve at that point. Like,
Yeah.
people know, like, they'll be like, oh, because he has a full sleeve. So that's just like, because when people say how many tattoos they have, I feel like they're just trying to, like, say how much ink is on them. So, like, if you just say, I have a sleeve, in my mind, it's like, oh, so his arm's covered.
Yeah. I want to get this finished sometime by the end of like next year, maybe.
Yeah?
That's ideal. We'll see how it goes.
Well, I don't know with the whole Corona thing, like, when shops are going to open back up.
Yeah, I mean that's why I said end of next year. So hopefully by then.
I definitely want my next one during the summer, though.
Yeah, we should get matching ones.
I'm actually around, though, is the thing. Like,
I mean, I'll go to your dude. Like, I have no problem with that.
hell fucking yeah, it'll be extra, it'll be great, actually. I would love to do that.
Let's talk about it now. We got time to fill. What do you got for ideas? Because I got a couple as well.
So, well, okay, when we're talking about matching tattoos, we can either get something that's supposed to, like, it's like a symbol that encompasses us, our relationship, and our group, or we can just agree on something that we, like, think is cool as hell, and we can, like, go from there, you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
it's which way do we want to go down?
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel at some point I would like to get like a little cartoon pan we get like all the boys involved. I feel like that would be cool.
Dude, I would totally put a cartoon paint on my calf.
Oh, same, yeah. I would do that.
Holy
or like
shit.
Foot.
Just on the sole of my foot.
Like from toe to heel, just a big old fucking frying pan. Or
just like the top of my foot. I heard that part hurts. I heard that really hurts.
My feet are so fucking like veiny and disgusting. I could never imagine.
I was actually telling my tattoo artist, I don't know if our viewers know, I'm a hairier guy for the last to cut myself some slack. So every time I go and he has to shave me, he's like, dude, time to shear off that fur. And I'm like, all right, bro, simmer down. Otherwise, I'll come here for a chest tattoo next time and you'll really have a field day.
Oh my god, could you? He like goes in the back room. He comes back with like a weed whacker.
Really, that's what's like. I told him, I go, hey man, when I am ready for my chest tattoo, I'll pre-shave for you, so you don't really have to do it all yourself.
What a nice guy. See, that's where I luck out, is I am not at all a hairy guy.
Oh, dude, my arm looks weird as hell right now because it's essentially half shaved.
Dude, that shit was so weird to me. Having like my whole right arm shaved and then my left arm is just like big chillin'.
Big
like a little hairy. But like my arm hair is like blonde and I don't know why.
Dude, I got every color hair on my body.
That's true.
I got red, I got black, I got brown, I got blonde, I got white, I got gray, I got silver. It's everywhere, man.
Hey, you're cultural. You are a man of many mysteries.
So damn, though.
Yes, I'm ready.
What's our matching tattoo gonna be, man? Is it gonna be a group thing or is it gonna be a me and you thing?
I'm thinking we definitely should get a group one of like a pan. But I'm thinking for you and me, all right, my ideas, I always think like getting like a Dark Souls weapon on me.
That's awesome. Okay.
I feel like that'd be interesting. I'm thinking we could just get something really weird. Yo, let's not actually do it. Oh, sorry. I was going to say
your idea.
Let's not actually do this, but let's get matching tribal tattoos.
Yes, like the really, really thick barbed wire ones around our fucking biceps.
Yep. I like this. Dude, the amount of people I've seen at the gym with that exact tattoo is insane. I couldn't count it on 2 hands.
They all have the same body type, too. Everyone that has a tribal tattoo has the same body type.
And they always are sleeveless. I've never seen them wear a shirt. I love it,
It's
man.
great because when I worked construction, that's exactly what it was too. Every guy with tribal tattoos was sleeveless constantly.
I'm thinking a tramp stamp would be cute too.
I think I would like to get matching ogre masks or like oni masks. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I definitely want to get an Oni mask at some point.
Like, I feel like because there's that proverb of like the blue ogre and the red ogre in in Asian culture. So I feel like we could do like a blue and a red ogre. You know?
Yeah, you'd have to research that a little more so we're more culturally appropriate, I guess, but I fuck with it. I mean, we both have cherry blossoms. That's cute.
That is cute.
Yours
That is
just
true.
are more colored and more detailed than mine.
Yeah, they're more. It's just a cherry blossom branch. To be
Yeah.
fair.
But what else could we do? How about we get something where like when we put our biceps together, it spells fuck you.
Dude, I hate that. Who gets you? Whoever gets you is actually lucks out because the other person just gets fuck on them.
No. It's like I get an FU, you get CK, I get a Y and half the O, and then you get the other half of the O and the U. And then when we put our biceps together and flex, it says fuck you.
Jesus Christ.
And everyone will be super impressed.
Yeah.
What do you think your mom would say if you came home with that? Or like you brought, like I came over and you're like, yo mom, check this out, and we did yeah, you know, we did the thing.
My mom would probably go like she would probably go into this weird panic mode because she knows like it's a permanent tattoo. She might reflex slap me, to be honest with you, for doing something like that.
Honestly, yeah, my mom probably wouldn't acknowledge me as her son. And
Could you
that's
imagine
fine.
the disappointment in your dad's eyes if we were both over there and I shake his hand and then you're like, "Hey, we got to show you guys something." It's the grossest thing.
I could see my dad now. His smile goes from ear to ear to just solely depressed.
Just cold, straight cold.
Just cool. I'm seeing the face right now, and it's making me just very upset. Yeah, no, we need to talk about something else. I'm gonna get really disappointed in a minute. I'm gonna feel really useless in a minute.
Oh shit. That's hilarious.
God. One thing I'll talk about is my sister just recently got the new Animal Crossing. And let me tell you, that game is so fucking cute. It looks like so
Yeah.
much fun. I haven't gotten to play a lot of it because, like, I guess you can't have more than one saves, and that's poopy. But it's very fun. But on top of that, I learned something about the game.
What's that?
Okay, well, I guess the community, because apparently people are like gatekeeping Animal Crossing from people. You know what I mean?
Like, as in, like, you guys didn't know about it and like before, so that type of stuff.
Yeah, pretty much that. And like people, because in the game you can skip time because like certain events only happen when you skip time. So like people like skip in time, get what they need to get done, then like skip back in time. And the people who are like gatekeeping view that as like cheating the game, so they get super angry about it. So like a lot of streamers that I've seen that have been streaming Animal Crossing, they'll like take a picture of their nice world and they'll have like flowers and everything and it'll look nice, and then like the top comment will be like, "You didn't fucking earn that, you time skipping piece of shit. I hope you die." And like it's insane. And like I'm just thinking, how can you gatekeep a game like Animal Crossing, which is literally just like a virtual life? You know what I mean?
Well, it's a virtual. It's cute. It's a cute virtual life. It's not even like it's not. You're like, what do you do in Animal Crossing? You're not a farmer per se, are you?
You are. No, that's Harvest Moon. I don't know if you knew that one. Animal Crossing is like you're in debt to a raccoon, and in this game he's letting you live on his island, but you got to pay him off eventually when he can get to it, and you do that by getting certain things done. And when you pay more things off, more things happen. Like you get a house, more villagers come to your island, like banks and shit and all that good stuff. It's like that.
You know that doesn't sound bad.
No, it's a cute, fun game. It's like from what I've seen, it makes people feel productive, but at the same time, they're just playing video games for like 9 hours.
Well, I mean, like, we're in quarantine, right? So now is the best time to even do this kind of stuff.
Oh, exactly. Like, I'm not shaming. I do the same every day.
Regardless of quarantine.
Regardless of quarantine. When I work, no. No, I stay home. I play video games.
Jeez. I will say, I think we've already talked about that, but the Animal Crossing Switches look so cute.
They're so cute. But
Man, I love it. I love Animal Crossing's atmosphere. It kind of bums me out to hear that they're like that people in the community aren't really
it
chilling.
it's like
I thought they were all just chill people.
that's what I thought. It's very minute. Like it's not a lot of people, but it's definitely like you look at people like that and you're like, "Oh, these people exist." And that's even crazier.
Yeah.
It's like imagine someone like gatekeeping The Sims or something. Like you started playing Sims 4 and they're like, newsflash, idiot, there's 3 other ones. Like it doesn't work that way.
That would be horrible, actually. Could you imagine?
Yeah. I mean, like, it's gatekeeping in general is just such like a stupid thing. I mean, I will say, like, for some artists, I will be kind of gatekeepy, you know what I mean?
Give me an example. Who do you hold dear?
All right. I've been a John Bellion fan for so long, and I remember listening to like the early shit, and then when like All Time Low was on the radio, I was like, you guys don't even know about fucking Carry Your Throne. You don't even know about these early songs, guys. And, like I wasn't like that much, but I was passively just kind of like, you guys just don't get it. Like you don't know John like I do.
Okay,
But
that's fair, actually. Any other ones?
It's kind of childish, but it's fine. Ooh, Childish Gambino. What I was listening to my boy Donald for a long time, and then Bonfire popped off, and I'm like, you guys
Dude,
just don't know.
Bonfire slap though, man.
Dude, Bonfire was a bop. His new album,
It is good. I like it.
it was a trip. It was definitely a trip. I liked it. It was
It's
different.
very interesting.
It was weird that it came out, but it was only through like you'd have to look on Reddit to find it, and you'd get a special link, and you have to download it and shit like that. And he
I
hasn't
like
said
that.
anything. Yeah, I think it was cool.
I feel like Donald Glover seems like he's actually very weird. So like I'm glad that he made this weird album.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like a creative freedom kind of thing.
Very much.
If I were you, I'm talking to you with your headphones on or in your car. I don't even know what the name of the album. It's like 315. It was just literally the date it came out, but
I think it's 3:15:20.
yeah, go listen to it. It's very like Pink Floyd vibes. It's very fun. It's very fun.
I agree.
Albums.
The
So
Weeknd's
give it
new
a
album
listen.
also came out, which is good.
I feel so I don't know because there's some songs I really like on it, and then there's some songs that I just really do not like.
Really.
And it's like I like The Weeknd, and like I really want to like the album as a whole, but I guess it's the same with all albums where there's only like 3 or 4 songs you actually like, but like 2 of those 3 songs were singles, so I don't know.
That's true.
I guess the last album that like I've listened from front to back and I was like 80% of this is slappers was Circles, but that was
Oh, Hollywood Bleeding?
yeah. Why did I say Circles?
I mean,
Hollywood Bleeding.
So I liked The Weeknd's album. Gosh, I can't even remember who put out albums recently because so many have.
Damn, so many people putting out, bro. I don't know who to go to.
I don't know who to go to, man.
I feel that, but it's definitely good though. I need music at this time, but at the moment I have a fucking mondo headache, so no music for me.
Juice WRLD. I've been listening to Juice WRLD's unreleased stuff because I have a friend who's like may or may not be on the up and how to find that stuff, and
I mean, it was just
they're
peep
all good.
SoundCloud. Yeah, he's got a lot of good old unreleased shit. Rip Juice WRLD.
Rip Juice.
I don't know. You got any shows or like any games you've been playing recently that have helped you through your quarantine?
I've been playing Call of Duty. Well, I still have been working whatnot, but I've been playing
true.
Call of Duty Warzone, the new Call of Duty Battle Royale game. It's actually really fun. I don't even like Call of Duty, so it's crazy that I'm liking it so much.
Yeah, no, you've definitely been on that. You've been on a kick about it recently, and I'm glad.
And I've been actually just pillaging the Bon Appetit YouTube channel.
Very fair.
I've been watching old series, new series. Like I really just enjoy watching like cooking YouTube channels, but I specifically like Bon Appetit's like testing kitchen staff that they do. I feel like it's a nice variety of people. So like I've been watching those in my free time. You know, it's educating me on how to be a better cook, but it's also just fun comedy.
Yeah, they have a lot of like entertaining people for the test kitchen. I know Claire, I like a lot.
Oh,
And
dude, I love Claire. I love Brad. I love all
yeah.
of them.
Yeah, they're all like seem like very good people. Yeah, I've been binging that a lot. I've also been like there's been tasty videos that have been recommended of like 30 different ways to cook a hamburger or like bacon or whatever. And it's very interesting. The bacon one was very interesting because there was a lot of like bacon specific ways to cook things. Like there's a bacon toaster. Did you know that?
I watched the video, so I do.
Oh, you did? Okay. And it was funny because like all of them just didn't work. All of them were just so bad.
You know, can you get better than just cooking it on a skillet or in the oven?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you try to find new methods when like just pan frying it or fucking putting it in the oven even is just easy?
True. I don't know. Maybe though they could have found a revolutionary way that was like, wow, this is insanely good. But I doubt it.
Yeah, evidently not.
I have been watching a lot of stand-up comedy. Like I've been going through Netflix's stand-up comedy like specials. I've been going through a lot of those. I finished Pete Davidson's new one, which is pretty good.
Is Pete Davidson funny as a comedian? I've never actually watched him.
He is actually. He's a very New York comedian. Like
Okay.
a lot of what he had, I can see him not being considered funny to older audiences. Definitely, he talks about smoking weed a lot. He talks about doing drugs a lot. He likes to joke about himself a lot, which I enjoy when comedians can joke about themselves. But he also jokes about other things, like so it's not his whole thing to bash on himself.
That's good. Yeah.
Which is nice.
I was gonna say there's definitely a difference between like being able to laugh at yourself and then just being self-deprecating.
Yeah,
Because like there's some comedians I've watched that are like their whole skit is just like shitting on themselves, and like it sometimes works. Like there's some good bits where like the one that always comes to mind is I don't remember his first name, but his last name is Thune.
Nick Thune.
Nick Thune. Like it's the bit
Fucking
of
love
where
Nick Thune.
exactly. It was like the bit of him where he like goes to a weed store and buys an edible and his dog ate his edible.
Yes, fucking love that.
I fucking love that bit because I'll always watch that from time to time because it is one of the funniest ones I've watched. And also
it's
the
fucking hilarious. His storytelling is phenomenal.
exactly, but it's like that's like a good because like he shits on himself a lot in it. Obviously, 'cause it's like let his dog eat an edible. But I like that he described it as like the size of a VHS tape. I'm trying to picture like eating a brownie that's the size of a VHS tape.
I mean, you'd probably fast travel 5 days in the future, but yeah.
Could you imagine?
No, okay, like I've had really strong edibles before, man, and I know you have too. Can you imagine that times like
Well,
4?
it's like when we've had edibles, the max I did was I ate half. And that was one of the worst.
We ate a full one, actually. No, the first time we ate a
No, I did eat a full one.
ones,
I had to sleep or else I would have died. I'm 95% sure.
You slept for 2 days straight.
No. I woke up, but I was not awake.
Well, that's what I mean. You were donezo, actually.
Yeah, but like, I'm trying to imagine like eating any more of that. I'd probably die.
Well, I mean, no one's ever overdosed on weed. However, greening out really does suck.
Yeah, like there's some times where you get to like such a point where you just kind of don't want to be awake, but you feel like falling asleep is not the option.
Oh yeah, because like it's the worst. My thing, like I can get pretty damn inebriated. I it only messes me up when it gets to the point where even closing your eyes, you feel like you're about to throw up. Like if I close my eyes and I feel like I'm still moving, that's how I know I had too much of anything.
Yeah, the worst is when you hit that. I think it's worse with alcohol, 100%.
I mean, getting the spins is horrible
Yeah, like I
every time.
I rarely get drunk. Like I'm not a huge drinker, but the times I do, like I've never been like blackout drunk, but I've definitely been to the point where like I've just wanted to die. Like I've always thought like dying is definitely the alternative to everything right now.
Yep. Dude, quick little story. I feel that triggered a memory for me because you described it exactly. Like I distinctly remember being in my friend's basement, half kneeling, half crouching in front of a trash can, just dry heaving repeatedly with my eyes closed. And then I remember I tried to open it and look up at my friend that was trying to be like, "Hey man, do you need water?" And just the act of like looking like up at him was so intense that I just remember I dropped. Like I was just like, "Nope, I'm done."
Yeah, dude, that is
It's
the fucking
horrible.
worst. Me personally, have never been to that point, but I have been the caretaker for people who've gone to that point nine too many times.
Oh, dude, it is. I see. Whenever I get like to the too much point, I hate it because like in my head, I'm good. Like I always just I'll take like my last shot or my last hit or whatever that would push me to that point, and I'm fine. And then 15 minutes later, I'm like looking at the wall, and I'm like, huh, that wall looks weird. And then I look down at my hands, and I'm like, oh, my hands are tingly. And then
Yep.
I had the active thought of, oh shit, I definitely had too much this time, and then it's downhill from there.
Dude, that was me last weekend at our LAN. We had a LAN, by the way. We didn't talk about it last weekend because we kind of forgot, but that was me last weekend. Holy moly.
I feel like I got everyone pretty good at the
No,
LAN.
you did. You definitely did. But there was like, I think it was Saturday where I was very comfortable. We were playing Rock Band and I was on the guitar. I was not doing well. I will tell you that I was not doing well on the guitar. Like personally, I was feeling fine, but they were like, "Hey, you want to take one more hit?" And in my head, I was like, "Dude, no, you don't have to." And for whatever reason, I took a hero hit for no reason. I thought like, I should do this while it's here. And then I stood up to get a drink of water, and when I was pouring that glass of water, it overflowed, and I didn't realize it, so I just dumped the water in the sink and never got water. Sat back down because I was like afraid. I was like, oh, I think I'm going over, because I was like, I felt like, like in Star Wars or in like space movies when they go into hyperspace.
Yes.
That's how my body felt.
Oh my god.
I felt like my eyes were like pushing back to get ready to launch forward. It was so bad.
That sounds so unpleasant.
But it was fine because then we were all like, all right, I think we're done. And we just kind of all laid down together and watched Avatar.
That is true. That was great, actually. You know, that our land was really good this time around because I hit a point like I've found a good point of being crossed of like the perfect amount of drunk and the perfect amount of stoned, right?
Yeah.
And I know I hit that because everything becomes HD to me. and I'm like, that's how I know. I'm like, my eyes don't feel that bad right now. I can see.
Dude, let me tell you.
And that's when I'm peaked.
My favorite thing to do when people are drunk is just make them fucking awful mixed drinks.
You just gave me one that was just straight vodka with a splash or whatever.
No. It was our friend Alex made one that was fucking vodka, like peach vodka and cream soda. And
he was like 6 parts vodka to like half a part fucking cream soda.
He's fucking smacked at this point, and he's just like hobbling over me. He's like, Dan, come on, dude, you got it, dude. dude, you gotta try this. You gotta try it. It's so good. And like, I knew it was gonna be bad, but I took a sip, and immediately spit it out. It was,
Dude, I feel that. He came up to me and he's like, hey man, you can't see, I know it's a mixed drink. And I'm like, how much is in here? He's like, oh, not that much. When I put it to my nose, I smelt the rubbing alcohol. I should have been like, you're right. Not that much. And I took a freaking huge ass gulp. It was terrible.
Dude, I know it. It's definitely you have better days than others sometimes when in terms of popping off.
Oh yeah, we happened to have a weekend of it, which was good.
But it was a good LAN. I think it was one of our best LANs we've had in a while.
Yeah, we played games and we got messed up, and no one got too messed up to the point where they need to be saved.
Honestly, that's the blessing.
Yeah, no one got sick this time around, guys, because we haven't had such good luck before.
Yeah, I mean, we could go on and on about a couple friends not being able to handle their substance as well.
Okay, I will dox one of our friends actually, just because it made me happy. I don't know if any of you guys have that one friend that you went through you hung out with them most of your life, but they don't really pop off in the same way that you do. You know, they don't get high or they don't get, drunk or whatever. We had one of our friends who is a very straight edge guy. He's in the engineering program at his school. He's he's a relatively tame individual. He got hammered to the point he was where he was doing weird stuff that we'd never seen him do before, and he was weirded out by him doing that stuff to himself too. It was great. It was fantastic.
He brought his own alcohol. He brought his own whiskey, a full bottle. He came back to it Saturday night to see it a quarter full, and he started asking us, wait, who drank my alcohol? And we were like, dude, nobody's touched it. And then he started crying, laughing. And I think it was crying, laughing as in oh no, I've made a mistake, but fuck it, we ball kind of thing.
It was. Oh yeah. He knew the bed that he laid in. He was gonna get smoked.
Dude, seeing him was hilarious.
It made me so happy because he was one of the 7 wonders of the world to me.
Oh no, very fair.
I've wanted to pop off with this guy, and I've known him for 11 years or so at this point. I've wanted to pop off with him since I knew what popping off was.
Very true. No, it was a journey. It was definitely a trip that hopefully we get to do again relatively soon.
Well, who knows? Social gatherings are going to be banned probably for a little while, so
it's crazy that it's they're all right, we're gonna do 2 weeks and then play it by ear, and then the other people who are well versed in what's going on are 2 weeks, yeah, try 8 to 20, and that is just so scary to me.
Yeah, we could go the one, as the group of people that are born in the 90s, we get kind of thrust into a lot of shit. We've gone into we had that huge terrorism thing, which turned into that war. We had fucking Y2K. We had 2012. We had fucking the 2016 election.
Dude, let me tell you, I don't want to self-pity our generation, but we're really getting the shit end of the stick in terms of living.
Oh yeah, because say this thing we could have a year of just not living in a way that we have ever experienced before, depending on how this goes.
And it's obviously we were too young to really understand what 9/11 was when that was going on, but that shut the fucking whole state down. But this shit, I don't know why I'm trying to compare 9/11 to fucking Corona, but I'm just
keep going, honey. You're doing great. Keep going.
Thank you, sweetie. But I'm just thinking of events that have happened in the world that have kind of shut the world down. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Freaking sorry, I was turned away from my chair because I actually kicked one of my moccasins off. No, there was 9/11. There was. I mean, I don't really like talking about terrorism, but there's definitely the Paris attacks.
We've definitely had shootings and shit of that nature, but we haven't had anything that's legitimately just shut shit down and put states on lockdown.
Well, I mean, this is disaster level tier stuff. I don't want to say this is catastrophe level because this isn't nuclear war, But this is like
kinda is.
it's serious. Like it's a pandemic. It's a global emergency.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just so weird to me how, like, everyday life kind of feels the same. You know what I mean? But, like, obviously it's not.
Well,
I
because like
guess.
because we like the news is the way they're talking about this stuff. Like it feels like it should be directly affecting you at the moment, but it's not yet.
Yeah,
If
well,
that makes sense. Like
depends on who you are, but
well,
yeah.
Okay, for us though, like if like we're basically being told that a massive tidal wave is coming at us, but we're only being told about it and we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, that's fair.
So like we know it's there because we've seen pictures of it. We've seen it on the news. It's just we haven't been able to see how tall it is with our own eyes yet.
Very true. I mean, I guess the only thing that can stop the pandemic is we have to get more celebrities to sing songs. And I think if we do it enough times, the virus will just go away, right?
Well, I mean, hear me out. If we don't get any new cases in the world for 15 minutes, then legally the virus has to leave, right?
That's a great point. So if everybody stays inside for 15 minutes, I think we're fine. Like,
Yeah.
I think like, it just has to go.
There you go. We've
All right,
solved
we solved-
we've solved Corona.
I'm virtually shaking your hand as a job well done. Glad
Thank
we were
you.
able to come to this. Very proud
Thank
of
you.
us.
Thank you.
Just know you heard it here first. Robert and Dan, we have Cure the Corona right here on the Frying Pan Podcast. You heard it here.
Yeah, one of my coworkers was coming into work on Sunday, and he's like, I found the cure for Corona," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, what's that?" And he's like, "It's a lot of Corona." I'm like, "You talking about the beer?" And he's like, "Hell yeah, that shit's cheap as hell right now." I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Hell yeah, man." I'm like, Are you
Are you drunk at work
are
right
you
now?
are you drunk right now?" And he's like, "Nah, bro, I'm medicated."
Wait a minute. That man's drunk on the job. That's fine.
It was whole. Nah, dude, it was fucking hilarious. You know, I think this guy. You know how people's like, I have crackhead energy. Ah, ha, ha. I think this
Yeah.
guy just has like drunk energy. Like like you
I-
see him and you're like, he's drunk, but no, I just think I think he's got real drunk energy.
I have definitely met people that have drunk energy. And one, it could because they are alcoholics. Two, it could just be how they are. Like
Hopefully, it's the latter.
no, I've definitely met both.
Fair, very fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of chaotic, but it's life. I mean, on a side note, I have not tasted a beer that I like. Corona is definitely not one of them.
A cold Corona with lime can grow on me if it's hot out and I'm at a pool. But like, I'm not like, hey, can you go pick up a case of Coronas for the party?
Yeah, I'm more like when it comes to like, I guess not hard liquor. I'm more of like a seltzer guy.
I like seltzers. Our friend Alex has turned me on to some IPAs that he
Yes.
that
Some are good.
you know. Like I trust our friend Alex. I trust more choosing a beer that I'll like than like I trust myself choosing a beer that I'll like.
Dude, I don't know dick about beers, to be honest. But,
I don't
like,
either. I frankly just thought I never liked them until Alex was like, "No, bro, just try this one."
Yeah, like I have a couple friends that are like pretty well versed in like what's good and what's not. But I don't normally when I go out to drink with people or like if I go out with people who are drinking, I'm normally DD, so but I just kind of bestow that upon myself cuz
Oh, I can't wait. You know what's gonna happen, Dan, when I turn 21?
ready.
You, me, Al, and Nathaniel are gonna go and get God slopped, and we're gonna force our friend Tyler to be our DD.
I would not be opposed.
We're gonna get him to get the space shuttle,
Oh my god.
and we're gonna fly around from bar to bar in that thing.
I don't know if I'm going that ham, but I like where it's at.
No, it's my 21st. Of course, you're going that.
Okay,
Hell.
I guess you're right. I guess I have to.
Yeah, come on. It's my pop off. Everyone's got to pop off if I'm popping off.
This is yeah. I guess it's the one day of the year where we gotta allow it.
Yeah, exactly.
But would you like to wrap us up? Take us home,
Yeah.
maybe?
Sure. Feel free to take us home.
Oh, you want me to do this time?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. But dude, that breaks tradition.
This has been the Frying Pan Podcast, episode 73. Thank you for tuning in, folks. I've been your host, Daniel Sear, and I'm coming in with a special message to say thank you for tuning in this whole time. We appreciate you lasting this long. And we are on social media, as always. The handle for both those is the Frying Pan Pod. And we have our email, which you can send us over any business inquiries or comments, which is in the panpodcast at gmail.com. And we thank you for listening in on all those audio platforms that Dan mentioned at the beginning, in the words of all those audio platforms. So thank you for that. And as you said in the beginning, if you could read us, give us a like, a comment, star rating, we'd appreciate that.
Be sick.
And for the last time, folks, this has been the Frying Pan Podcast, episode 73. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Hope to catch you in the next one. I've been Robert D'Onofrio.
I am also Robert D'Onofrio.
And we are now saying goodbye.
Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Unless you want them. Yeah, I don't want them.